Hey y'all, this is Alicia Cummings on my joyous journey. Um, I'm gonna try to make this as brief as possible, but the Lord was trying to show me earlier in some scriptures that I read. One in Luke, uh, about the disciples. He was the first pick of the disciples that he had, and them going fishing. Basically showing that they're there to worship the Lord and follow the Lord, you know what I'm saying? Follow Jesus, on their journey, as fishermen. I forget how you say it, but then there was Hosea. I didn't write them down. Should have wrote them down. I think Hosea in the book of Hosea and the book of Revelation. Revelation 21 about the new heaven and the new earth that are created, after the descendant or the descension of the old earth. Once he brought me to reading, let me see, I cannot remember. I know it's in Luke. I should have wrote it down. Maybe it's like Luke 6, I think. I didn't even mark it or anything. Like I didn't put a pin. Okay. Okay, it's in Luke 5, and it's Luke chapter 5, verses 7 through 11. Where the first disciples were called. And going back towards the Old Testament, there's a scripture. Let me figure out which one it was. I think it was in chapter 6. Wherever the scriptures were in Hosea, they were talking about whoredom and basically choosing, worldly things like lust, letting lust lead them instead of coming to the Lord and focusing on Him. And I can apply that to myself, my life, because, certain, male suitors that I was interested in, or, one that I may have been, but I couldn't, and all these things it was a lot of things going on, excuse me, spiritually, that I was being, attacked. But I know that the Lord was trying to show me something that, in the past I would choose, like idolize a man over God, and didn't even really realize that that's what I was doing. And He was trying to show me that, look, this is what's going on. Even though these things are happening and you're being attacked, you still have your focus on a man or another man. And, one you saying you don't want to be with and you have these feelings or whatever, and you know that you cannot do that because I told you that that person was a counterfeit, and you're still over here harping about it and things like that. And then you have one over here that you really want to be with, and then he's still doing worldly things, and you won't fall back and let him do what he's doing or done until he comes to you. So you're still putting me on the back burner. Look, I'm supposed to be following the Lord, just like it's in Luke. Well, I just said, I just forgot again. Look, um, the scriptures with the first disciples, I am supposed to carry my cross, and to follow the Lord and do what He wants me to do, not simply let someone override my feelings and override how I think and everything taking a toll on me where I feel like I'm losing my mind. And even if that was what He was trying to do, He did not succeed at that, but it was up to me to stop, forgive Him, and let Him go. Let God handle it. And I feel that so deeply now. And then my, other, suitor or whatever, I love him immensely, you know, and I have to be the one to fall back because it's messing with my walk here towards God. And I know that He's trying to make it, but, sometimes, we have, you know, addictions, or you know what I'm saying, or just having lustful nature and stuff like that, to where you're like, yeah, I know I haven't been doing anything, but it's just the way that the enemy is trying to pull me back into something that I had a hard time breaking away from. And it's just a cycle that continues to keep going on. And then you see that the cycle, the definition of insanity is to, hold on, I'm talking too fast, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results is the definition of insanity. So here I am going back and forth on the wheel on someone that is turning and turning and turning and turning, and I can't stop it. You know that I'm being attacked from every which way, every angle, but I'm standing strong and I'm standing firm, in the Lord. But how can I do that if I'm letting these things get to me to the point where I feel like I'm being tormented? Yeah, I gotta go. I've been on here too long. I don't have that much time on my on my minutes on this little crazy little video camera on my phone. It's really irritating me. But I wanted to tell y'all that. So, and also in Revelation, um, I don't remember. I think it was 21. Revelation 21. And I can read a little bit of this here. I think starting at, say, 4. And God shall wipe away all your tears from their eyes. Okay. Yeah, okay. So, okay, I'll start up here. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. And I heard a great voice out of the heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of God is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and God himself shall be with them and be their God. And God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. And he that sat upon the throne said, Behold, I make all things new. And he said unto me, Write. That's one of the things that I need to do and have not done in a while. But write, for these words are true and faithful. And he said unto me, it is done. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. I will give unto him that is athirst of the fountain of the water of life freely. He that overcometh shall inherit all things, and I will be his God, and he shall be my son, or I will be her God, and she shall be my daughter. But the fearful, that's just an add-on. That is not the word right there. But I added that on. But you're not supposed to add or take away from the word, but I just wanted to say that because I want you to know that it's a son and daughter. But the fearful and unbelieving and the abominable and murderers and whoremongers and sorcerers and idolaters and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. And I don't choose to be a part of that. So I'm like, I'm strictly, straight and narrow. And what I'm saying? And that's what I'm trying to be on, And whatever God has for me is for me. And what he has for you is for you, and this, however you dealing with whatever you're going through, that he will never leave you nor forsake you. But always remember that you have free will to make a choice to choose the Lord, or you're going to choose mammon. Because if you're going to lead your own life, you're choosing mammon. If you let God lead your life, he will take care of you. He will make sure that you are straight, and I pray for both of the suitors that I have had, in the past that were loves of mine. And I still love them, and I just give thanks for all the experiences and things that I had to go through to show me that God is the ultimate source, that he is the creator, and he is the beginning and the end, like he said, the Alpha and the Omega. And I choose to be with the Lord. I choose to worship him and honor him, and don't even, without even thinking about idolatry or being idolizing a man. I truly do love the Lord, and I do love those around me. And however was my heart was trying to harden, someone trying to harden my heart, I give thanks to the Lord for just telling me to release and just let go and let things go and just give it to him. Because the battle is not yours, it's the Lord's. I love y'all. Now have a good night and peace out.